Next question I want to ask about is ruts, being in a rut. Maybe being in like a mini rut or a major rut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where maybe you've kind of slipped off your habits a little bit. You're feeling not as though, like anytime I'm in a rut, I reflect back and I'm like, it's purely because I stopped doing the things I was meant to be doing. Even like, you know, when you're just like, no, maybe I won't like just clean my room tonight, or maybe I won't, you know, have that bone broth or go to that gym session. It's like the little things, and then suddenly you're in this like little rut and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I've had people message me about getting out of a rut. What's your advice for getting out of a rut?
I think there's lots of things that you can look at, but really, if you knew what you were doing before you were in the rut that made you feel good, it's probably like a handful of like small things really that you were doing in your life that you were currently not doing anymore. And that's probably the first step, I would say. So if you had, for example, a few routines and a few things that you were doing, ask yourself what was going on there. What were the things that were keeping you afloat? Sure, you might be in a rut because you lost your partner. You know what I mean? You've had a breakup. You can't just go back and get your partner to make you feel better. You know what I mean? But sometimes you go through, for example, you went through a breakup, then you slipped off the bandwagon with all your other patterns, okay? Realistically, if you go and get all of those other little habits back, you're not going to be back to where you were exactly, but you're going to be a lot higher than where you are now.
Yeah.
And I think, bit controversial, I don't believe the whole time heals. I don't believe the time heals thing. I think energy and effort heals, to be honest. So like if you're in a rut and you're like waiting to get out of that rut and just praying to nope, I believe energy and effort heals, and you've got to go and do the steps. Life has put you in a place right now that's asking more of you than you thought you needed to give. And it may be unfortunate, but you're there now. That's it. You're there now. You're there now. You know what I mean? Like in 1937, millions of, people around the world didn't ask for a world war, but they're in it and they have to fight it now. You know what I mean? Like we don't ask for these things to happen, but they're happening. And I think if you're going to be a victim to your situation, you're going to stay a victim. You're going to make it harder for yourself. It doesn't mean that there aren't people who love you and support you. It's a difficult situation, but there's a lot of people around the world right now that are in a rut, and it's not about taking it personally either. Don't take the rut personally. It's not that the world hates you or that bad things are happening to you. It's like these things are happening for you. Maybe you need to grow through this. Maybe this is something that was going to come and you knew it was going to come and you just didn't prepare for it properly and you disrespected the situation. And so now it's taking control of you, and you've just got to take control back, and you've got to be very honest and very logical, especially in a rut when you're feeling so emotional.
Yeah.
Because a rut really, when people say they're in a rut, it's like, I'm in a bad situation. It's like you are, but you're in a situation like everyone else. It might not be subjectively a good one to you, but if you put all your emotion into it, like, oh, I'm so sad about my rut, or I'm so angry or frustrated about my rut, it's like you're making it worse. So try to remove the emotion, as hard and as insensitive as that may sound. I'm not saying don't feel it, but remove the emotion from the decisions and the things you have to make, and push through.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that, especially for men, I believe that you should push through and come out the other side and being like, I beat this beast. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain level of toughness that I believe that comes from any human, but essentially, I think that's my take on it. Like when I'm in a rut, I just know that, to get through it, I just have to push through it. And I just have to think logically, okay, what are the next steps I need to do to make myself feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I really like the taking out the emotion, because I always imagine, if your phone's on 1% and you're going, oh my God, my phone is on 1%. Holy shit, it's on 1%. Oh my God. And you're panicking instead of just being like, okay, my phone's on 1%. Not ideal. Let's charge it. Yeah. And just like stop making everything emotional and freaking out. Because I used to freak out if I'd be in a mini rut or a major rut or just feeling a certain type of way. And then once you just go, okay, this is where we are.
Exactly.
Let's just take steps. You're a lot calmer. You're so much more logical.
Exactly.
And just knowing that like life is literally just a roller coaster.
Absolutely.
Ebbs and flows.
And a rut is often like an unexpected dip. It's like you didn't, if you expected it to happen, it wouldn't be a rut. Because it's not, you never look at the future and be like, oh yeah, I probably got a rut coming in 2 months. Never. A rut is only a rut when you didn't expect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're in it, you go, okay, this is the new situation now. Because usually you're in a rut, you're going, oh, I used to be here. I'm comparing to where I used to be. Throw that out the window. Nope. Okay, shit, I didn't see this coming. This is where I am. Take accountability. What put me here? What did I do that put me here? Complete responsibility. If you start blaming shit, you deserve to be there. You deserve to be there and you'll stay there. If you come out of the rut going like, oh, I blame this or I blame that, you haven't learned your lesson, it'll happen again. No, someone broke up with you, whatever. You got fired from your job. Oh, I'm in a rut now. Why did you get fired? What did you not look at? Look, complete accountability. And it's not going to happen again. And if it does, you didn't learn the lesson.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
Yeah. And we're sending love to anybody who is in a rut.
Absolutely.
I know when you're in it, you don't feel like doing any of the habits that are actually going to help
For
you.
sure.
You're like sometimes it just feels like a chore just
For sure.
getting to the gym and stuff.
For sure. But no one's going to save you, unfortunately.
No one is.
No.